What's up guys, it's Josh with the Preset Bros, and today I'm going to show you how I made this lead in this song. Here it is. Alright guys, so that is the sound we'll be working on today, and before we get started, make sure you don't miss out and hit that subscribe and bell icon so you can level up your game as a Serum sound designer. We also have a free gift for you guys at the end, so stay tuned with that, and without any further ado, let's jump in. Alright guys, so that is the sound that we'll be working on today. Now, overall, this sound is pretty simple. It is just a preset from our Pop pack. It's a lead, and the name of the sound is called Distance. And overall, it's pretty simple. There is some stuff going on as far as automation, and then also in the MIDI, which we will get to later. But for now, let's go ahead and tackle this sound. So starting out, I have two oscillators going. I have oscillator A, and I just have the basic mini wavetable. It's on a +1 octave, 3 voices of unison, and a detune of 0.02. Next, on oscillator B, I have the DS saw and try. It's on a +2 octave, just 1 voice of unison. Everything else is pretty standard. As far as the automation going to the filter, I'm using envelope 2 to automate that, and that's at about 35%. And the cutoff knob is at 61 Hertz. I'm just using an MG low 24. I did crank the drive a little bit and the resonance knob. As far as shaping the sound to kind of give it that pluck and a little bit of release, I am using envelope 1 to do that, and these are my settings there. Now, to go ahead and get the real guitar feel that I was kind of going for, I did utilize LFO 1, and all I'm doing is I'm modulating the fine tune on oscillator A and B, and I'm just doing it just 25, nothing much. 25 there, 20 there. So, and what this is going to do is it's just going to kind of take your sound to the next level. It's going to move it from sounding kind of boring and digital and bland to kind of giving it some movement, some out of tune feature. And I can go ahead and bypass that for you guys so you can hear it without. So this is without. And this is with. So you can really hear the difference there that just a little bit of automation on the fine tune is doing. As far as the first page of the sound, that's pretty much all I have going on. Now, if I did want to take this sound one step further, something that I would probably do is maybe use the velocity knob here and modulate the cutoff, or I could modulate the levels. And what this is going to do is when you put it into MIDI and you add different levels of velocity on your notes, it's going to be like someone's actually hitting them harder, and it's going to affect the sound and how bright it is. So that's something else that you could do. As far as effects go, I just started with some distortion. I'm using the stomp box setting, and I have the drive knob at 25%, the mix knob at 77%, and this is just kind of giving it a little more harmonic frequency, and it's just kind of beefing up the sound a little bit. Next, I applied some a flanger, and I pretty much have the stock settings. I have the mix knob down at 24%, just giving it a little effect. Again, another thing to make it sound more realistic and less digital. I also have some delay going on, and sometimes I'll have it on the ping pong setting. This time I decided to do the normal. It's just on a 1/8 and 1/8, and the mix knob is at 10%. Nothing crazy. It just kind of gives it a little bit of that atmosphere. Something else I'd like to do is sometimes I'll put this on the dot setting, and you can crank this up quite a bit if you're doing maybe a slower pattern as far as MIDI goes, and it will fill out that space a little bit. So right now I'm just gonna leave it as is. Next, I do have some reverb on here, and it's pretty much the stock settings for the knobs. What I did change was I turned the low cut up and the high cut, and then I adjusted the size to 35 and the decay to 4.7. As far as the mix goes, it's just on 31%, again creating that atmosphere. I did go ahead and finish the sound with a filter, just a low 12. I wanted to roll off some of those highs, but I didn't want it to be as extreme as a 24, just get that really hard cut. I just kind of wanted it to be a little more gentle. My cutoff knob is at about 3000 hertz and the mix knob 100%. I also cranked the drive to 18%. So overall, guys, that's pretty much the sound as a whole. You will notice over here on the macros, the cutoff knob is cranked up a little bit, and the reason that is if we go ahead and look at the automation, I do have some automation going on, and it's just kind of giving the sound more of a push and a pull feature. So the sound starts out, the sound is closed off a little bit, cutting out more of those highs, and it opens up and then it comes back. And this is just a really cool trick you can do with leads just to kind of make it feel more alive and less stagnant. Besides that, I do have some other automations going on with some third-party plugins, but overall, that's the sound. Let's go ahead and listen to it in context. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up the sound for today. I hope you learned something. I hope you got inspired. This is just one sound of many, so definitely go check out our website. We have all kinds of packs in different genres. Whatever genre you work in, we have a pack for you. Also, we're giving away a free Serum skin when you buy a pack, so definitely don't miss out on that. Also, the link down below, we have this preset for you if you'd like to download it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and always stay creative.